Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, everyone, for coming to this guided meditation. I had a pretty rough day today, and I am so grateful for the practice of meditation. I can't tell you where I truly learned meditation, meaning not from the schooling, but where did I initially learn meditation? All I can tell you was I began meditating as a child. And there was a time in my life where it was very rough. I was bullied a lot. And although I was bullied a lot, I knew I had the ability to fight. So during this time as a child, I began to learn meditation and mindfulness. And I have done this since I was in middle school. So I carried this meditation throughout my life, again since middle school, and maybe 10 years ago, I contacted one of my friends because I was life coaching at the time, and I saw the need to add something else with my life coaching because I was giving people the knowledge, but they needed the work in order to transform the inside. So I talked to one of my friends who was a professor, and I asked them to help me find a school where I can go and learn meditation in a way that I can teach it to others. I'm sorry, my equipment keeps falling for some reason. So my friend found me a school to attend to learn meditation practices that I could share. And I share with everybody. You wouldn't believe who many of my meditation students are, but I wanted to also share it with Black people. Although it's for everybody, I wanted to share my meditation practices with Black people because I realized that we were suffering from some serious traumas. So I started these schools, and my initial school was here in Metro Detroit. And then I attended a school in New York where I had to fly to school monthly to take classes so that I can teach meditation. And I began to enjoy it so much that I learned so many different meditations. Well, then later in life, a huge trauma would hit me, and I would be placed in a situation where I was surrounded around traumatic people. So the meditation I want to share with you tonight is a meditation that I shared with what society would be told to believe were some of the worst people. I shared this meditation with so-called felons or criminals. Now, this meditation I'm going to share with you tonight was a gift to me. And I prayed to my Creator to give me something that I could use to help transform the conditions of all people, but specifically to help Black people. So I woke up from a dream and I remembered this meditation, so I began to immediately write this meditation down, and I want to share it with you tonight. So I want you to find yourself a nice, comfortable seat. Find a quiet space in your home. This is really good if you're getting ready to go to bed, because I love to do my meditations when I'm waking up in the morning or I'm getting ready to go to bed. And one of the reasons why I enjoy doing it that way is because my brain is at a low brain waves, right? It's at an alpha brainwave state. So my mind isn't all over the place. I'm relaxed. And it's still at a time where the brain lays down new memories, but we don't want to go there right now. These are the times that I like to do my meditation. So it's perfect if you're getting ready to go to bed, right? You won't be going to war with your mind too much. Anyway, I taught this one in the prison to some people who really had rough lives. And I chose some of the roughest guys inside of the institution and invited them to this meditation. They still contact me today. So many of them almost cried, and I wasn't prepared to deal with a crying man, right? Although we should cry, we should show our emotions. I just didn't know how to react when I turned them within themselves to deal with the various things that we never dealt with. We allowed them to just find a place, find a home inside of us. And we need to open that door and let them out. We need to let them out of our subconscious mind. We need to put an eye on them, right? We need to identify them. We need to take the energy away from them, right? So that's what we're going to do today. And this meditation is normally long, but I'm going to cut it short, right? One day, sign up for my meditation class, and we can go through the whole thing together. But I'm not going to hold you guys forever. So, this meditation I call strip. And no, I'm not talking about stripping off your clothes, right? But we're going to strip off our body parts. And I know that sounds a little gruesome, but not in that way. All of our body parts that has been abused or holds traumas, right? Because we know that our body has cells, and cells hold information. And even when we forget about that information, it's still holding that information within inside of us. So, what we're going to do is strip those parts from our bodies. And I want you to follow me as I guide you through the process. Right? And I hope that after this meditation, that you are consistent with it. After this meditation, the feeling that you receive once it's over, I want you to carry that feeling all the way to bed, all the way throughout your week, and be consistent with it. If you have any questions, you feel free to contact me. Again, I can answer them. You can also join our classes here at the Motivational Museum. Right? So let us get ready. Find yourself a comfortable space in your home. Again, where it's quiet. I want you to relax your shoulders. Sometimes our shoulders are tense, and our body is tense. And the reasons why our body is tense, not just because of what we may think, but sometimes we're holding information in these body parts. So I want you to just move your shoulders around, right? Right? Move around your neck. And I want you to be present, right? I want you to be here with me for this journey. And I promise you that if you stay here with me on this journey, I'm going to give you something tonight that will definitely change your life. And you'll be able to couple it, right, with anything else that you're doing. You will see the tremendous benefits, right? If you need to stretch, go ahead and stretch. Feel free. Feel free to stretch and get comfortable. So now I want you to move your shoulders back towards your spine and pull them in, and then release the tensions from your shoulder. I want you to take your neck, top of your head, and stretch it. Right? I want you to check in with your stomach and see if you feel any tension. And release that tension in your stomach. Again, I want you to be in this moment. Right now, we're just here. And I want us to take a few deep breaths together. Again, I'm going to guide you through this. So just follow my commands. Right? Now let's take a second and take some deep breaths together. You can keep your mouth closed. Your tongue should be between your two front teeth, your upper front teeth. Stretch out your body, and you can leave your hands how you want them. I mean, in class they taught us to put the left over the right and hold the two thumbs together, or lay them both on your thigh, your pointer finger and your thumb together. All of these hand positions have names. Or you can just relax your hands on your thighs and be comfortable. Again, this is a meditation that I was blessed with, in which I shared with many of my constituents and friends and various people after prison. But it began in prison, in which I shared this. And now I've been doing this particular meditation for quite a few years now. So I want you to do it with me. You're in position. Let us take a few deep breaths together. Let's inhale through your nose. And then exhale. There's different ways people teach. We're going to inhale and exhale through the nose. Inhale again through the nose. And then exhale. Now I want you to exhale all of that air, that oxygen out of your body. And let's inhale again. And let your stomach just come out and then exhale. Let's try it again. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's do it 2 more times together. Let's inhale together. And then exhale. And 1 more time. Inhale. And then exhale. Now, I want you to imagine a beautiful ocean. I like the ocean in St. Thomas, the Atlantic Ocean. If you've never visualized the ocean in real life, I want you to imagine the most beautiful body of water that you've ever seen. I want you to see it in your eyes. I want you to take a moment and feel as though you can feel the breeze from that ocean. While we're enjoying that time, make sure you check in with your breath. And you're doing full inhales and exhales. Make sure your stomach is not tight. Release the tension from your body. Remember, this meditation is called Strip, where we will strip our body parts piece by piece. And take them to the ocean. Right? You watch a scary movie. The scary movie makes you jump. But you know the scary movie isn't real. But your subconscious doesn't know that. So right now we're going to go into your subconscious and help you release from some of the traumas that have held you in bondage. So now that you have visualized this ocean, I want you to take your right hand and act like your right hand was a top. And I want you to unscrew your right hand from your body. Now, I don't just want the actual right hand to come off. Everything that you experienced with your right hand that was bad, every abuse, everything you did with your right hand, I want you to imagine and close your eyes and imagine that every trauma trauma that's associated with your right hand, I want you to watch it in your mind's eye as you release the trauma in your right hand from your body and send it towards the ocean. The ocean that I chose was the Atlantic Ocean. But what ocean do you know? Now watch every trauma, every body you hit with that right hand, or everybody who twisted your right hand or did wrong to you that affected your right hand. I want you to remember that trauma and watch it as it goes towards the ocean of your choice. As you have now released that trauma and that right hand from your body, I want you to watch that right hand as it goes deep into the ocean. Everything associated with it is being separated from your right hand. Now, some of us, we need to push that hand down a little bit further because there's so much hurt in our body. We have to push it down further, deep in the ocean where there's pressure. And watch the pressure as it separates whatever it is that has traumatized you. Now, whatever it is, I want you to lay that right hand down on the ocean. Lay a white sheet on the ocean in your mind's eye and place your right hand on that sheet. And remember that everything that hurts you is there deep in the ocean being smashed away. It is no longer associated with the body. Now let us come back to the body. Make sure you're taking deep breaths. Make sure there's no tension in your stomach and you're relaxed. Check in with yourself. And I said I was going to make this a little swift. So now I want you to take off your entire right arm from the shoulder. And when you remove your right arm from your body, I want you to remove every traumatic experience, everybody that touched that right arm and had no business putting their hands on your right arm. Every traumatizing experience that happened and you know what it is. Release it from your body as you turn your right arm off your body as though you are removing a top from a bottle. And now I want you to watch that right arm as it goes to the ocean of your choice with all the traumatizing experiences associated with you, releasing them from the main body and put them deep in the ocean. However deep, you have to push them down to release and remove those violations, whether they happen to you or you did something yourself. Remove them from you. They are no longer you. They are not you. And then I want you to take your arm out and stick that right arm on the white sheet on the ocean. As the sun lays and burns upon that arm, drying it, all the residue of that trauma. And then come back to the main body. Now let's take off the left arm and the left hand, and let's turn it off like a top. Now let's watch it go towards the ocean of our choice. And remember, you're not just taking off your arm and your hand, you're taking off whatever in the past that has traumatized you, that's connected with that part of the body. You're removing it along with the arm, and you're visualizing it go towards the ocean of your choice. And I want you to watch it go deep down in the ocean. I want you to watch the situation that happened to you, whether it's someone touching you, or you touching something, or doing something you had no business doing, or being violated or violating someone. I want you to push that left arm and that left hand deep, deep down in the ocean, depending upon how traumatic your personal experience was. Some of us may need to push it deep, deep, deep down because the hurt is so bad. Now I want us to bring it up and lay that arm and hand on the white sheet as the sun burns away the residue. And I want you to come back to your main body. Check on your breath. Leave those traumas in the ocean. And be here with us today. Now, let's take our right leg and foot off. And not only do we remove our right leg and our right foot, just like we remove a top from a bottle, I want us to remove every trauma, every place that we walked to that we shouldn't have walked to. Everything we did with our leg and our foot, our right leg and right foot, I want us to remember it as it's being disconnected from our body. Watch it in your mind's eye as it goes to the ocean of choice. Visualize whatever hurts you've had throughout the years that was associated with your right leg and your right arm, whatever it was, wherever you've walked, whatever came to you. Whether it's someone putting their hand where they had no business putting their hand, or you going places that you should never have been. Watch those situations. Go with your leg and your right foot to the ocean and push it deep, deep down in the ocean. Leave it there. And then bring it up and sit it on a white, clean sheet. And let the sun burn off the residue as you come back to the main body, the body that's now free of those hurts, free of those traumatic experiences. They're no longer associated with you. You are not your experiences. You are not your experiences. What was done to you is not you. And what you did, you are not that person either. So we're releasing it from the body. Now let's take our left leg and our left foot. And remember, if you're just coming in, as you take off your left leg and left foot, just like turning a top open from a bottle, everything that's associated with the trauma. Maybe you have an illness. The illness must go. The trauma must go because you are not trauma. You are not your trauma. You are not your illness. So I want you to gently remove that leg and that foot, just like removing a top from the bottle, and do it only in your mind. Only in your mind. Only in your mind. Only do it in your mind. And visualize it as it is carried by your mind to the ocean of your choice. This is visualization, everybody. And I want you to visualize the negative feelings associated with whatever has happened to you. And I want you to push them deep down in the ocean. Again and again and again, I say, depending upon how rough your situation is, push it deeper and deeper and deeper in the ocean. Feel that experience. Feel that illness separate from you. And then bring that leg and that foot in your mind through this visualization and set it on a white sheet as it floats on the ocean, and allow the sun to burn the residue of that experience off. If you just came in, I have to continue to remind you, you watch scary movies and you allow them to make you scared or give you fear. So don't trip out about this meditation. It's a visualization meditation. You're visualizing, you are allowing the shackles to be removed. You're removing yourself from the bondage of whatever happened to you, or whatever illness that did not come with you, but's trying to claim you. You are removing it from you and leaving it deep into the ocean. Now that you've set your right leg and your right foot on the ocean, allowing the sun to burn off whatever residue of that experience that's held you in shackles. I want you to come back to the main body, and don't come back with the previous experiences. Feel them left in the ocean and come back to this main body. Now let's go into our heart. Now all of us can take this heart out, right? Everybody that hurts you, everybody that you've lost, everybody that has misused you, mistreated you, harmed you, those you've harmed, because you carry habits or patterns from your parents and for your community. All the hurt you hold in your heart, the mistakes you've made, and those who have abused you. I want you to take that heart out of your body, that intricate heart. Gently, be gentle with your heart. This is not like your leg, and this thing holds a lot of pain. We've lost a lot of people. We've hurt people. We've lost people we didn't get a chance to say I'm sorry to. We didn't get a chance to say I love you. We hurt people when we didn't know any better, and people have hurt us. We're living in a very traumatic times. We're watching people being oppressed and killed and murdered and raped all over the world. So I want us to take that heart out. Ooh, Ooh, this is going to be a heavy one. Everything associated with that heart, every hurt, every loss that has us in so much pain. I want you to feel how heavy that heart is. You might have to take a broom and sweep around those hurts that's laying inside of the body where the heart once set. I want you to feel those pain come out of your body. Feel it come out. Take a moment and feel it as it's being removed from your chest. I want you to watch your heart with your mind's eye. Go towards the ocean and make sure you take that bag of pain that was left around where your heart sit. Grab it too. The people you trusted and were not trustworthy, it's not your fault. The people that return to God is very, very, very hard, but it's a process, but still it hurts. The people that abused you, verbally, physically, and the things that you did that you regret. You are not those things. You are greater than those things. But we're going to remove those things. We're going to remove the energy with them and feel them as we watch them with our mind's eye. Go towards the river of choice, the ocean of choice. And then we're definitely going to push that heart deep, 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 deep down in the ocean. I'm talking about push that heart and every negative thing associated with it, every hurtful thing associated with it, every traumatic thing associated with it. We're going to push that heart deep, deep down in the ocean. And feel the pressure of the ocean as it removes whatever traumatic experience. And let's let that heart sit there for a minute. And feel the less weight. Feel brand new as the ocean pressures those pains from you. Now I want you to bring that heart up and sit it on a white sheet. As the burning sun burns off the residue of those pains. And I want you to come back to the main body. Don't come back with those pains. You may have to sit in the ocean for a minute and release those pains. Don't come back to the main body with those pains, because those pains are not you. They don't define you. You're greater than your pains. Or shall I say, you're greater than those pains, because those pains are not you. As we check back into the body, making sure we are not tensed, making sure that we're breathing. It's very important that we're breathing. Our breath is the most valuable thing that we have. Because without our breath, we're nothing. So make sure you're breathing, you're exhaling, and you're inhaling. And relaxing. Be here, be in this moment. Now let's go into our gut. Let's go into our gut. We have a lot of emotions in our gut. A lot of reasonable fears and unreasonable fears. We have a lot of hurts and pains in our guts. And like a white shirt, being touched by hands that has grease and food on it, our guts can be stained with pain. Our guts can be stained with hurts. Our guts can be stained with false information. And it's sending this information to our brain even when we're not paying attention. So let's remove our gut gently. And I forgot to mention all of the bad foods that we've fed our gut. So let's remove our gut. But I want you to remember for this short moment, everything negative associated with your gut, every fear that you had that have changed your life. You don't fear anything but the Creator. Everything here on this planet is subjugated to you. It serves you. It does what you say. You maintain it while you're here on earth. It doesn't make you fear. So let's watch our gut as it goes to the ocean of choice. And just like the heart, we may have to put the gut deep, deep down into the ocean. And remember those fears. You know your personal situation. You know how he scared you. You know how sad you were when your child was taken from you as a father. Whatever your situation is that hurt you to your gut, that changed your behavior, that changed your reality, that made you bitter. We're going to allow that to be removed from our gut because it doesn't belong there, because it doesn't define us. It was just a situation. We can't carry it with us to our final destination. So feel it as it's being removed from the gut, as the gut is deep into the river or into the ocean. Now I want you to bring that gut up and sit it on the white sheet. And let the sun burn the residue of those emotions that are deep into the cells of that gut. And I want you to come back to the main body without bringing those situations back with you. Leave them. Stay a little longer to drop them off if you have to, but don't bring them back to the main body because they don't define who you are. Now let's remove this brain. We've watched a lot of things that we shouldn't have watched. We held a lot of thoughts that we shouldn't have kept. We learned things that we never should have studied. We've witnessed things that continue to carry us over and over in a cycle that we can't seem to break. We have traumatic things in our mind. We're going to gently take our mind from, or our brain from our body. And we're going to feel it. Feel the traumas that play over and over and over in our head that we can't seem to let go. Feel the drama that we play over and over in our head and we can't seem to let go. Feel it being removed from our head as our brain is taken out of our head. And imagine it going to the ocean and everything connected with it that has held us back, that we can't seem to let go. Today we will let it go and watch it as it goes deep down in the ocean. And just like the heart, and just like the gut, we might need to go even a little further to release or to watch the release of all those traumatic things that has played over and over in our mind, and we can't seem to let it go. We keep living in the past and we can't seem to come to the present. Or we're going to leave that deep in the ocean and we're going to take that brain out and sit it on a white sheet and allow the sun to burn off whatever residue from those traumatic experiences. We're going to come back to this main body without those traumas. Now, we've heard and we've seen things that has lasted with us for a long time. So we're going to remove these eyes and remove these ears. So everything you've seen that you shouldn't have saw, that you can't seem to let go, everything that you've heard that you had no business hearing, or for whatever reason you heard it and it has reshaped your life. We're going to take these eyes and these ears that have seen and heard so much and everything associated with it, everything that have kept you in bondage, everything that has traumatized your life. We're going to watch it in your eyes and ears as they go to the ocean of choice, and you're going to push them deep down in the ocean. Feel the peace that you are enjoying from the sensation of those traumas being removed, and leave them in the ocean. Feel those things you heard just pouring out of the ears as they sit in the ocean. And now bring them and sit them on the white sheet. And now I want you to come back without the drama, without the traumatic experiences, to the remaining part of the body. And for time's sake, we're going to take off our torso, and which includes our private parts. Now, I don't want you to say anything on this video, but all the things that we've done with them and the things that were done to some of us that should never have happened. Every hand that touched this torso, every deed this torso did in which was by abuse that changed our life in a negative way, or has become a weight on us. Let's watch this torso as it goes to to the ocean of choice and descend deep in the ocean, not just the physical torso, but the traumatic things along with it. And let's push it deep, deep down in the ocean. And feel the relief or the release of those things. Feel it releasing from the body. Imagine it releasing from the body. Now put that torso and those private parts on the white sheet and allow the sun to burn off the residue of those experiences that still may sit on it and come back to the remaining part of the body, in which is just the skull. Which holds now the mouth and the nose. So we're going to take that skull, which holds that mouth, everything you said that has hurt somebody else, everything that you said that you shouldn't have said, everything associated with your mouth and your skull and your nose, whatever you smelled, whatever you put in your nose and you shouldn't have done. We're going to watch all those experiences go with your skull to the ocean, and we're going to use our imagination and push it deep, deep down in the ocean with every negative thing, and not just negative thing, but traumatic things, sad thing, things that has held us where we couldn't move forward, and allow it deep, deep down into the ocean. And as we pull it up, we're going to sit it on that white sheet and let the sun remove the residue. And now we sit in our nothingness, back connected to God's universe, unable to be measured. Let's sit in this energy, in this soul, in this space, connected to everything. But no longer connected to our bodies. We sit here and we enjoy the feeling of being free from the past, being free from those things that held us in bondage, being free from the mistakes we made, being free from the violations that has been done to us as our bodies sit on the ocean, rejuvenating and purifying themselves. And we're connected back to our original soul in all its God-given power and all its purity before the flesh. And now the sun has refurbished the body. I want you to use your mind and call your body parts back fresh, new, free of violations, free of the past. Call them back to clothe your soul. Feel how beautiful they feel, how strong you feel, how light you feel. How clear are your thoughts? How pure your heart? How clean your tongue? How humble your heart, your mind, so sharp, creative. The purity in your existence, and the strength and the healing and the free of illnesses, your healthy body. I want you to sit here for a few seconds and enjoy it. And feel it. Feel healthy. Feel abundant. Feel powerful. Feel the purity. And I want you to carry this feeling. Carry this feeling to bed. Sleep in this feeling. When you wake up in the morning, I want you to walk in this feeling. If you're at work or wherever you are, when you do this meditation, I want you to walk in this feeling that you are not your past. You are not the violations in which were done to you. You are not the mistakes that you made. You are not your traumas. May God bless you. And I sincerely thank you for sharing this space with me. Again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and make sure you check in with your breathing all the time. Make sure that you are present as you move about. You are not your thoughts. Remember, your thoughts are like a waiter in your favorite restaurant. They only come to give you what they feel that you need based upon the emotions in which you're feeling or whatever you're experiencing. But sometimes those thoughts are good and sometimes those thoughts are bad. They're in the past and they keep us in bondage. Maybe we don't want to choose any. Maybe we'll choose the thought that is best for us. And that's how we have to carry ourselves every day. I wish I could stay and talk to you forever. And these are my secrets. This is my practice. This is how, through Allah's grace, I run my businesses. God has blessed me to travel and take my family everywhere, to live my dreams. Because these are my beautiful tools. And I want to share them with you. And thank you again for coming. And may Allah bless each and every one of you, no matter if you're Muslim or not Muslim, no matter who you are. Again, God bless and thank you.